Hi, it's George Nordhaus, and welcome to Monday Morning. What in the world are forbidden phrases? Well, you're about to find out. Because come to find out that most agencies and most people on the phone do these forbidden phrases quite a lot, and that it's not very good. So Lynn Thomas, who, as you know, we've had her quite a number of times on here, and we'll have her many more times because she's got so much great information. She is the person who really can come to grips with what's really happening in an agency, and she does it beautifully. She's founded Thomas Consulting. She was a tax attorney, is a tax attorney. Can you believe it? Well, it was with Arthur Anderson, but once a tax attorney, always a tax attorney, I guess. She worked with the Bank of Boston. I know she changes that, but she was also, she's that JD up there means that she is an attorney and she is an accountant. And so what are you going to do about that? Well, she found that she liked to deal with independent insurance agents very, very much. And she's dealt with tons of them. You can see down there, 475 insurance companies and agents over the years, helping them out. How'd you get involved with that, Lynn? That's interesting.
Yeah, I think, well, today the forbidden phrases, it became apparent to me when I would listen into conversations that would be happening at agencies or companies. Many times there'd be phrases that I could predict would upset a customer. I'd listen to what did they say right before a customer got upset, and I started making a list of them, and that's how I came up with them, because none of us want to be upset. We don't want to upset people, and yet unconsciously we do, because we don't know. No one's ever told us about the, quote, forbidden phrases.
Well, I never heard the word, but now that I have and work with you, I understand it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So when a customer calls, what she or he wants is they want something done. They're calling with a problem. They want the person on the other end of the phone to do something. And what many people say is what they can't do. What I want you all to emphasize is what you can do. So here are some phrases to avoid and some suggested alternatives.
Let me call my assistant in here. Jenny, come in here a minute. I'm going to have you just read this, okay? Can you do that? Good. Okay, sit here because it'll be more real if we do it. Okay, let's go forward, my dear. Okay, it's up to you.
Okay. When placing a customer on hold, ask permission and then let him or her know for how long. So the forbidden phrase is,
hang on a second, I'll be right back.
And that's one way to do it. An alternative that I would suggest to use instead is to be honest with them. Nothing takes a second, and it may take me 2 or 3 minutes to get that information. Are you able to hold? And it's even better to extend that to say, and in case we get disconnected, what number can I call you back at? Or if it's too long for them to hold, you know, I'll get the information, I'll call you back. What's the best number to reach you? So you want to be realistic about the time. The time may not work for them, and then to get their number to reconnect with them.
Okay, I got it. Next.
So another one is never use the word policy as a reason for not doing something. So the forbidden phrase is,
the policy is,
and an alternative and a better way would be to explain the reasoning behind the policy. So we have a policy that we need to receive 100% of the cost of a policy within 30 days of its activation date, because our carriers require that of us, and it wouldn't be fair if we would just give free loans out to people in essence. So we need to have your full payment within 30 days of the renewal date.
Okay, all right. Your move.
Here the forbidden phrase is no when used at the beginning of a sentence. And if you think about it a minute, when somebody calls, they want to know what we can do, as I said at the beginning. So to say no, to start off a sentence, is not helpful. So if you were to say, Jenny.
Mm-hmm. No, I can't refund your money, darling, but.
So I can guarantee you, Jenny, that would just upset people. So if we take a moment to just think before we speak, we can turn every answer into a positive response. So to say, we're not able to refund your money, but what we can do is replace the product, or I'm not able to give you a lower price, but what I can do is expedite service on the endorsement that you requested. Mm-hmm. So focusing on what you can do.
Okay. Your move.
So avoid scapegoating.
You're way off base, honey. You're way off base. That's not my department.
Right. And how do we feel when that happens, George? I mean, none of us feel good. It's like, okay, I've called the wrong person. I was transferred internally somewhere else. So there's many better phrases to use than these, and some of them are.
Well,
what it sounds like you're saying is, or if I understand you correctly, what you're saying is, and then let me transfer you to that person. The person I'll be transferring you to is, Janie Doe, and she can take care of you. And if you have a problem, give me a call back.
that's good. I like that. And I hope that agents who are listening to this are going to give this to anybody who answers the phone. Well, she could be all CSRs and everybody in the agency, shouldn't it? I suppose.
Sure, everybody.
Okay.
And then avoiding crutch words. The forbidden phrases are, like.
I guess, really, huh? God.
Sorry, Jenny. And that was great. So those that we're filling in, we're trying to get the next thought. And what's here is like the person listening is not sure how this is related, so it usually confuses them. So a better way to say it would just be a pause, not a long pause, because then they'll be hello, are you really there? But just a silent pause till you get your next thought, and then continue.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more graceful.
Right. Okay.
So next is avoid giving orders. So the forbidden phrases are,
you have to. You should have done it. You got my picture up there too, haven't you? Thanks a lot.
And so none of us like to be told what we have to do. You have to do this, you have to do that. All it's going to do is get somebody's back up. I mean, as human beings, we do get defensive. So better options are soften the request of the phrase, well, in order to complete this, what we will need from you, or what you need to do, or here's how we can help you with that. And our goal is in our next visit, or the next time you have a renewal, or the next time you call in, we want it to go really smooth and as smooth as possible, and this will assist you next time. Mm-hmm. So it's really for their benefit they're doing this, and that wins people over.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing leads to, you just see the stroking. I guess a lot of us forget about stroking. Anyhow.
Yeah, and just thanking them and being kind. I mean, these are the people that are paying our salaries. So the next one is call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. And some of these are actually pretty direct, but the forbidden phrases are,
you're wrong. You're confusing me. You're not making any sense.
And what those phrases do is they put the blame on the caller, who's the customer. So my motto is the customer's always right. They're not always accurate, but they're always right from their point of view. So alternatives can be, I can see there's been a misunderstanding or miscommunication. I'm confused is okay, or maybe I misunderstood something. Could you elaborate again and explain it to me again? With the customer, you don't make the customer wrong. Nobody wins. Everybody loses when the customer is made wrong. Mm-hmm. You make for a second feel good, because then you're not taking responsibility and accountability, but long term that customer is not going to like it because they've been made wrong, and none of us like it when we're made wrong. So.
Got it.
This flows into the take responsibility. So forbidden phrases are...
They will not allow me to do... well, I do not know. We can't do that. Well, it's not my fault. It's not my job.
Right. So this is taking responsibility, and as opposed to playing what I call victim, they won't allow me to do that, or I don't know. They didn't teach us that in our orientation class. So state what you can do. And that's a really good question. Let me check and find out, and I'll call you back. Or that's a tough one. Let's see what we can do to help. And then find an alternative solution. So it's acknowledging that's a good question, or it's a tough one, and then you have to work with them to find a solution.
Okay. All right.
And then next one is avoid causing defensiveness. And as I said, we all get defensive when we're made wrong. And here's another example: you never do it right. But
You're
Jenny,
always
you say much better than I do.
Oh well, you never do it right. You're always late. You filled this out okay, but what's your problem?
Right. So those tend to call defensiveness. You never do it right. The always. I mean, how do we feel when people say that to us? So better ways are this form or questionnaire is not completed correctly. You often sometimes come in late. You filled this out well, but, and we always know whatever comes after the but is what the real message is, not that you filled this out well. And then please tell me what happened. I would say, you probably say, tell me what happened again.
Yeah, well, those are good. Those are good. You got some others here. I like these. Go ahead.
Yeah. These are some words and phrases that are guaranteed to bring a smile to a customer's face. So if you just say, good morning, and as if you mean it, but just saying rotely, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's flat. I'd rather you not say it and not fake it. Thank you. Thank you for being a customer. Thank you for your call this afternoon. Thank you for being so patient. Finding something to thank the customer about. Consider it done, or I'll do that immediately. I'll take care of that for you. That's really your role, is to serve the client, and I really believe service is one of the highest callings that we really do. I think we all serve one another, or certainly sir, or ma'am, or the individual's name. And also, I understand how you feel when you don't understand something. I take full responsibility for that, and no problem. And sure is one that I really love. An agent that I work with, he says every question the customer asks, the first response is sure. Because they'll say, well, can you do something about this? Sure. That doesn't mean he's going to do it or not, but sure.
It
diffuses, especially if they call and they're upset, and you can hear in the pace of their voice, they're upset. How to diffuse it? Sure. So wow. I pass that on.
Well, very good. I think all these are very, very good, and I hope people will pass it around. Here's your contact information, Lynn, and I can call you. And I know that you, once again, you go into agencies, 400 and however many there was, 75 or something agencies and companies, and you actually go in there and work with them, and you help them get new customers. When we've already covered that, and get past customers back and all that. It's quite interesting what you're doing. I always felt that way. And as you show down there, and every time let me go back a step there if I can. As you show down there, sorry about that. You showed the get it here just a second. You showed the system there that get this thing here, and there we go. And now we go from the current slide, and there. Oh, now I'm back to beginning phrases. I've got this one all screwed up. I'm sorry. I didn't do the thing very well, did I? But I'll get to it here right now. Anyhow, people can get hold of you by that, and they should. And you give 100 or 300% up to, I mean, you always guarantee it. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I always said that. Every time I see that thing, when you go into agencies and do this, and if they don't make 100% back, I guess.
At least 100%.
At least 100%.
And I can work. And I can work with your employees. I've done with many companies and with agencies of how to speak on the phone, because that's the main way that they're connecting. And you want every contact to be, the goal is to be absolutely delightful every day. And you want every contact to be positive, so the relationship remains strong and gets stronger.
Well, I love it. And I tell you what's really interesting to me is that book. You've read the book that I've used. In fact, I got this stuff out of that book, out of the appendix of it. Anyway, Wow, Your Way to Profit. It was published on Amazon. And as of yesterday and today, it's the #1 best-selling ebook on Amazon. God, that's great. How'd that happen?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Well, I worked with a woman who knows how to get it out there and to get people interested in it, and she's done it. So yesterday it was #4, and today it's #1.
Wow, be darned. That's just fantastic. Well, I'm proud of you. And you got so many things going for you that I never, that you do. It's, it never ends, does it? Yeah, and I really enjoyed having you here, as I always do. And well,
thanks so much, George.
You can thank Jenny too. She's
Jenny too. Yes. Well, George, I got to tell you about Jenny. I think Jenny is a part of you that has wanted to be an actor, but I never knew you wanted to be an actress.
Thanks a lot. Boy, does that hurt. Oh, I just want to have some fun, you funny thing. Hey, the rest of it, go back to use that, and you'll find a lot again on the email. And it really has been fun, and I hope you got something out of this. And for the rest of you, I will see you again next Monday morning.